Let's go, eh?
All right to go.
Jones must be terribly disappointed.
Yeah, terribly disappointed with the result, and certainly the way we played in that first half was very ordinary, and we couldn't expect much more playing that way. And Hawthorn, obviously, a very good team, and made us look second rate.
Another bad start. Do you think it's 3 big defeats? That's been a
Yeah, certainly. I'm not sure what the score was at quarter time, but they kicked the first 4 goals. It just didn't look right. They seemed to be running better than us, spreading better than us, and the way we defended the ground just meant that even though we were having a few forward entries, as soon as it was going there, it was coming out far too quickly, and that's been Hawthorn's strength. But it was a very poor part of our play today.
You're starting to suffer not simply for the names that you had out of the team, but the fact that you haven't had much continuity. You've had players coming in and out quite a while. Is that starting to affect what's happening out there?
Look, that might be it, Emma. I'm not sure exactly. I can't put my finger exactly on why we performed the way we did today just yet. I thought last week Geelong's pressure beat us and probably got into our heads a bit. This week it was a very different story. And it'd be interesting to look at the tape and see which guys want to defend, which guys didn't want to defend, and why it went the way it did.
Jason Mendel's first game after pretty long absence. How would you rate?
Yeah, excellent. I thought Jason was terrific. I thought Scott Gummerlin again just showing improvement. The player is, I think, he had 4 goals 2 today. So some positives to come out of there. And Jason's had a very hard time in his rehab for the last 18 months. But I thought he was, certain times he looked totally spent, but he gave us a lot and a lot of leadership as well.
The jungle drums will beat a bit now about whether you actually are going to make the what the new message will be there to people who will be hearing you on that front.
Well, I suppose a legitimate question, isn't it? We need to win some games. We've got a big game against Adelaide next week, so that's what we're focusing on, and we need to, we've got a 9-day break, and we need to go away and have a look at our game and what's going right and wrong in our game, and also which players. Every player has to look at the way they're playing as well. But as a club or as a football team, we need just to go away and reassess where we're at.
Joe, was it almost feeling
No, I don't think you ever feel like you're totally helpless on the ground. It's just they were sort of harder around the ball, and as Hurdy touched on, our ability to set the ground up once the ball left our area was pretty poor. And when you're playing against a side who are so precise with their kicking and such highly skilled players, then if you're not willing to set that ground up early, then it becomes very difficult, and you put your defence under a lot of pressure.
I think it might actually help get away next weekend, just to.
Certainly hope so. I hope it does. This hasn't been a great ground for us the last 2 weeks, so we go back to Adelaide where we won a couple of weeks ago, but it's more than getting away. It's just getting back to what we want to do really well in our game, and we've got away from that. So we'll go. We've got, as I said, 9 days to work it out, and we'll train pretty hard over the next nine days.
Which guys do you sort of think you might get coming back into the 22?
Well, Michael Hurley got through his running today, and looks like he'll come back in. Stuart Cranberry's obviously there as well. There's Tate Pears is up for selection. Carl Hooker is up for selection. Sam Lonigan. There's some experience there to come back in, but I'm not sure it's personnel based. I think we need to work out how we want to play the game better.
Pears was one of the emergencies, and it might have looked like when Cale came out. What was the reason behind that?
We just think Tate needed another week, just to get some confidence in his body. He played very well last week in the reserves, but pretty reticent, just keep throwing up guys who haven't done a lot of work and missed some work, considering our injuries. So we want to make sure they go through a proper preparation before we put them in to play senior footy.
Was Hooker injured, or was that not protected?
No, he's a bit sore. He didn't feel that, had a bit of a flu, so we just thought we'll go with a smaller backline.
Just with the testing time at the moment with injuries and playing against probably the best side going around at the moment. Is this where you evaluate who's made of the right stuff or who's digging deep enough? Are you sort of evaluating players in that sort of mindset? I mean, there was an incident late in the game when the ball went deep to Winderlick, and all of a sudden he was out number 3-1, and the ball went all the way up the other end for a goal. So obviously someone isn't pushing back hard enough to help him out. Is that the kind of thing you're looking at?
Yeah, I think we're looking at everything. I think our players for the first half of the year were very good, and our team was good. Let's not isolate our players. Let's talk about all of us as a group. We're very good, and we haven't been that good over the last 5 or 6 weeks. We've sort of won 2 out of whatever it is, 3 out of the last 6 or 3 out of the last 7. So our season is still alive. We're not throwing our season away. We've got to get back to playing some really good football. So we're not judging players on one game or 2 games, because some of them have done very well throughout the year. But as a group, we want to win, and we want to get back to playing good football. So we need to get together. We need to regroup, work out what we're doing wrong, and come out and play some strong football next week. For our fans tonight and last week, bitterly disappointing. And as an Essendon supporter, I'd be disappointed watching what we've served up the last 2 weeks. But as a group of players and coaches, we're going to go back and work very hard to get it right. So that's all I can say about assessing players. We assess players every day, and they fail sometimes, and they don't get it right sometimes. But that's where you learn from your failures, and that's how we'll become a good team.
Joe, it'd be a good thing that you've got some quite good opposition coming up in the next few weeks.
Yeah, well, I don't think we can really afford to look too far ahead. You keep hearing how long the season is, and it really is a marathon. And 6 or 7 weeks ago, we're probably in a much better position than what we are now. But in 4 or 5 weeks' time, you don't know what is going to happen. So, we've got a 9-day break, and we're going to have to get back to playing the style of football that we want to do. And the opposition is sort of irrelevant for us. It's more about our ability to play a certain style, and that's not happening at the moment.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.